Hello, you are watching the MA Module 6 video training for MA101F, which is the Medical Terminology, Anatomy, and Physiology course. This course is a unique course as it will be taught by both the admin and the clinical instructors. They will be sharing information in this course. So the books that you will need for this course will be your Mastering Healthcare Terminology book. You'll be in Chapter 1, Introduction to Medical Language, Chapter 12, the Nervous System, Chapter 13, Eye and Ear, Chapter 15, Mental and Behavioral Health. We'll also be using Dickens' Medical System Fundamentals e-text, be in Chapter 2, which is a Medical Terminology, Anatomy, and Physiology chapter, but you will only be teaching pages 18 through 24 that have to do with body positioning and cavities and the terms associated with directional references. This chapter is taught the same with these pages every module. So it'll be a nice review for your students who've already been in class for a few months. In Chapter 12, you'll be in the Nervous System and Mental Health. This is the chapter that will be taught by the clinic instructor. And then Chapter 13 is the sensory system. Here's an example of the module shell. It follows the same format as all of the other module shells. You'll have your e-text, your websites and forms, your e-text resources. Please make sure your students are checking and opening these resources on the first day of the module, as if they do not, they will not have access to the student resources later. I'll ask them for a code and we'll just avoid that whole scenario if they open this up on the first day. There are Quizlets available to your students. You can also choose to use these Quizlets as a way to play a game in class using Quizlet Live. There's a SurePath program. You will have to set up the SurePath program before the module begins. There's a section in this instructor training course with step-by-step directions on how to do that. Students will have to look and open the syllabi. You'll be answering any questions they might have to understand the flow of this course. Then there's an ICA section for the instructor. This is an optional section. Instructors can choose to use assignments in this section as a graded assignment, or they may choose to use these assignments as a review or as a classroom activity. You may choose not to use this section at all. This is totally at your discretion. There are 2 course row for this course, as well as the hybrid weeks that follow. So here are the weeks. The hybrid weeks may be different depending on if this is the morning or afternoon, evening program. The days will always be the same. The days of the course shell will follow the days and sessions in the lesson plan. So everything in the lesson plan that's referred to is for day 1 is here also in day 1. I suggest that when you're teaching anatomy and physiology and medical terminology that you spend time every single day, at least with medical terminology, doing a quick review, playing a game, encouraging your students to learn these terms. A good way to do that is to have them always download a chapter at a glance form. This will give them words and terms and word parts that they can put into a personal Quizlet or a personal Kahoot, as well as maybe make flashcards. The quicker they learn and understand the medical terminology, the easier it's going to be for them to grasp medical terminology and anatomy and physiology through the rest of the course. Okay, so here are the rest of the days. You'll notice there are activities and lessons in these days. The activities and lessons are totally optional. I highly suggest that students work through these. If there's time in class, you may have them work on them in class. If not, these can be accessed outside of the class with an internet connection. Students with any internet connection outside of class can always enter into the Canvas shells and work on any assignment they need or review any of the adaptive learning lessons and activities. These activities will only help them to grasp and understand the materials. They're always a good idea. Please encourage your students to use these often. As well as a Share Path program that has adaptive learning quizzes and lessons there as well. And then the assignments will also be found in the days. There are embedded links for videos and other games and activities. It's your responsibility to make sure you're reading through these chapters. When you're reading through the chapter and you're thinking about building what you're going to say in your lectures, try to think about the text that you're reading as a student would think about the text. What might I not understand if I'm a student? What questions might I have that I'm not sure about? That will help you build and get an idea of what questions your students are going to be asking so that you are ready with an answer when that topic comes up. Okay, I suggest you go through all of the discussions especially if you're a hybrid instructor, that you go through all the assignments and make yourself aware of what these assignments are, how long they're going to take, what students are going to have to do to complete these assignments. Some of the discussions are shared with the hybrid and the residential on-ground program. Not all of the discussions are shared, just a few, depending on where they fall in the lesson and the days that both of these programs will be working on those topics. The discussions are not optional. They are mandatory, and it is up to the instructor to actively participate in the discussion, promote the topic, get the students to respond to each other, and have a good online conversation about what the discussion is about. Okay, so let's take a look at the tests in this mod. So a fast way for instructors to see the assignments and tests are go to the assignments section. This section is not available to students. It is not designed to be available to students and should not be available to students. This is for instructors only. So this section will list things in categories. So all the discussions are together, and you can see the two discussions that are required by both of the programs. Here are the assignments. The assignments are the same assignments for both programs as well as a row. And then we have 3 tests. We have the special census test. It's given on the administrative side, the medical terminology test. It's given on the administrative side. And then the nervous system test. It's given on the clinic side by the clinic instructor. So I would like to just kind of reiterate that this area is not to be manipulated in any way. It is basically just an area for you to see groupings of these assignments, discussions, and tests, and for easy access. If you have any questions, please reach out to your campus supervision or myself for support. We're more than happy to answer any question you might have or provide any other information that you might need in preparation for this course. I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope that you have a good rest of your day.